Hey everyone, Eurose here, and this is my reaction to RWBY Volume 6, Episode 4. So that's how it is. We just got off of the Genesis story with Episode 3, so they have to do something or react to something, so that's unusual for RWBY, but this volume has been pretty solid. Everyone's kind of been decisive about Episode 3. Is it good story writing? I would say kind of. I prefer the production value of episode 3 to its actual narrative implications, but you didn't come here for my take on RWBY politics. A bit of housekeeping though first. YouTube is awful. It's a terrible website that keeps on striking down copyright claims on all my reactions, and I have to file a dispute for every single one I've been doing. So this one might be very sparsely edited, but from now on, I'm going to have full reactions on BitChute, which will have a link in the description below. But enough about my woes. Let's begin. This is RWBY, Volume 6, Episode 4, starting now. Title, so I'm going to give you my thoughts. I don't actually know how they're going to be doing it. I don't know if they're going to make a quick jump to another character, because otherwise they'd be with the main girls for the full time. I mean, I don't think they could really do that properly. I think if the trailer goes right, I think they need to put in the villain scene, because the trailers are typically front heavy. Oh, not the trailers, the intro is usually front heavy. It shows really early stuff, and so did the trailer for Volume 6. It needed to show what they have already finalized. So they need to show the Emerald and Tyrion cut, and Salem's talk to the villains. I'm talking over that scene right now, in fact, in the intro. Also, I talked on this about Luca Light's reaction, which I'll probably be doing today as well. I think their big takeaway from the Knowledge's vision is that they can't win. I don't think it's going to be more he lied to us. It's going to be that at best they're playing for time. They're not playing to win, which means the world's going to end. So it looks like they're just about. Ruby's about to finish her jump. Random full cast scene, and created by Monty Ohm. Let's get started.
Salem can't be killed.
Salem can't be killed, right? Yeah. Oh, she's crying.
How could you think that was okay?
Professor?
Because of this? You don't want to deal with it? Oh, I was right. Yeah, they're more concerned about not that Salem can't be beaten. One. And yeah, reaction shot like that. What was with his jaw? That was really.
I was cursed. I gave my life.
Yes, we get it, Vic. You're an edgelord.
Good, but you are. Meeting you was the worst luck of my life.
Okay, sure. It doesn't change the fact that you don't want the world to end right now, so you might as well be fighting against it. What?
Bastard! Tell him I'm done.
He went out for cigarettes again.
This is different. He's gone.
What? Oh, but he's still there.
I hate this. I want it to stop.
He just left us?
What are we gonna do now?
The same thing you're doing before, nothing.
Every one of you is spewing
extra character is giving all the advice and authority. Again, I don't think she knows her name.
But I understand that you're upset. Honestly, I'm still coming to terms.
Okay, so she got the full vision too with no context.
We die. And I'll be damned if I've lived this long just to die out here.
See, this would be very impactful if this wasn't her third episode of dialogue. And they're taking their bags and looting all the other passengers' stuff. And they're not starting the engine because why would they be productive with a motorcycle?
They're one of his lives, aren't I?
Of
Yep.
course not. You're your own person.
Oh, that was actually a really good interaction. But they try to ship tease Oscar and Ruby again with that hand-on-hand stuff. Oh! Land of Darkness. An airship. That looks like a Mistral airship. Do they not have their own ones? And who's flying it? Yeah, who's flying it? All three of them are there. Is there more Salem courts or allies?
Welcome back, welcome back.
Okay, he's back.
I do hope you
Robot tail, yes! I finally get a Rubingo tile. Why is he happy about it? The
Emeralds, come on.
fall vault is still locked. They need her.
You will cut off more than just your tail.
Okay, so this is the trailer scene where he's going to cut his own cheek.
You anymore.
What was that open mouth like?
I am in mourning just as you.
What?
Because it appears you failed our queen.
I guess you would know since you failed first out of all of them. What was your punishment for failing with Salem? Or, yeah, with Salem. Just a slap on the wrist? He falls to his knees laughing. And he got ahead of them? Like, they took the time for him to pass them and sit down?
To me, how it is you...
Fauna's militia split our
Did nothing.
forces.
The Fauna's militia did nothing.
Who is responsible for your defeat?
Okay, please say yourself. That'd be a really good thing in character for you to do. Or in your original character, not your dead sister
I take
character.
full responsibility.
Yes! Yes.
But that
Oh.
wouldn't be fair.
Tyrion just got completely blindsided by the table.
I don't.
Oh! The Japanese porn scene. She can summon the hands, just... Okay. They don't seem to be doing any damage, just keeping him down. I think that's just the first time she's actually said her name.
To tell me whose fault this was.
The eye twitching is a good touch.
We failed because of Cinder.
And a good tense up. That's good subtle
I want
animation.
you to understand why Cinder must be left to toil in her isolation.
Like, she knows she's alive?
She's alive.
You're joking. How could you know that?
Are you?
Violent savior. All hail the violent savior.
Of course not. Forgive me.
It's
And this is a speech she did in the volume.
justice, reverence. But will be lost to you.
Why are they still pulling him down? Like, he was already on his feet. Wait, were they suffocating him?
The path to your desires is only found through me.
You all desire for the world to end, or is she keeping that from you guys too? Also, Watts looks like Freddie Mercury. I'm gonna put an image that I did for a different Discord, but you can't unsee it now.
The sword under Vacuo's academy, Shade.
Ma'am.
So they're going to Vacuo, or are they going to stop now that
Crow and the children are taking the land.
they're not calling them relics? Like they didn't used to talk about it.
And they're being led by Ozpin.
Didn't they already know that? Oh no, right.
Getting through to Ironwood.
I guess they didn't
If
tell
that
them yet.
happens,
Didn't. No, Leo didn't tell her, but okay, she's flexing or twitching.
Leave. Your Grace, I can.
If it's an atmospheric effect, they should all be feeling it, not just looking at the windows, unless she's only affecting the glass. Calm, collected, she's done. Nope. The Salem scream face. Well, why does she care? I mean, she can't lose, and I hope she knows that. All the bags on Yang's bike, so she's getting the only workouts.
Doesn't look like this is gonna let up.
I thought trails led somewhere.
Do you have nothing better to do than to harass a defenseless old lady?
Good burn. Good burn. Yeah, it sounds like a hinge. Like a swinging hinge. Oh, cool. Evil sex tunnel. Yeah, I was right. A hinge. A farm hinge? Or a gate hinge? Burnswick Farms. Farms plural. Shouldn't it just be farm?
Come on, I think we could all
Also,
use some rest.
this doesn't seem like a great environment for farm life, unless it's just winter. Okay, so the house is haunted. That kind of jump cut says that there's something wrong with the house. But that's the episode. Much shorter than it was last week, and I guess good. I mean, it shows that they aren't trying to overload the runtime with everything, which makes sense. I didn't think that they'd be putting 20-minute videos every single week, just because they need to eventually print it onto a DVD, and I don't think even modern discs can take that much amount, especially with typical commentary and extra features. So yeah, thoughts on the episode? Not much happened with the heroes side. They again bitched at Ozpin, which is a positive. It's good. He needs to get down a peg or two. But they all kind of like said, "Aw, we can't win." But again, if all he had to do is say that we aren't playing to win. We're just playing to keep humanity alive for as long as possible. That's a noble goal. I mean, in theory, the eco movement is doing that. They don't think that the world will be saved with the modern industrial thing, but they want to delay it for as much as possible. And people who think that, you know, climate change will destroy the world and that they can stop it, those are two counterproductive measures. I won't go that far down into my thoughts on ecological conservationism, especially in RWBY. God, where did that even come from? So all the villain interactions were pretty good. Tyrion still cackles too much to be considered a threat. It's just a problem with the way that they do his crazy. They shift between him just being loony and him being zealotrous, devoted. Also, he keeps on switching his name for Salem. He calls her this episode Savior, but in volume 4 he referred to her as Goddess. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, but in terms of declaring faith and understanding, a savior is sent. It's someone ordained or chosen by the people to save them from cataclysm. Goddess is just a catch-all for the supreme being. Now, he seems to be kind of flipping between the two. Is she the highest power, or is she an ascended power to save them, either in proxy of the highest power or in service of? I don't know. Again, I try to nitpick as much as possible because that's how I get through these reactions. I really like that Hazel tried to take responsibility first. That's a sign of a good leader, to know that the buck stops with him, that it was his fault because the plan failed. But I guess Salem just wants everyone to be sure that Cinder's out of the loop and it's her fault, and also to tell everyone that Cinder's still alive, so they don't need to go hunting a new Fall Maiden wherever they might be. And I guess the way that they could write that Salem has statuses on the maidens is if they do keep that the maidens are Salem and Oz's daughters. If there are shared of their immortality is how their power goes on. That's something that I talked with the Frostbite Discord people about, and Luca Blight during his reaction of just talking about the maidens a little bit. This is actually a pretty solid episode, all things considered. It was all dialogue and all kind of mild progression. There wasn't too much change of state, but they're good interactions, good dialogue. Need more Watts. Everything is improved by Watts, but he only had 2 lines, I think. The "How do you know it?" and "Forgive me." But yeah, I liked the episode. It was good, solid. So, Rooster Teeth, please don't take down this video on YouTube. Alright. Well, I'm E. Rose. Thanks for watching. Have a good time.